this is the find, and this is fantastic. Now, Taylor Lorenz, famed Roblox journalist. That's her beat, by the way. If anyone's wondering, it's Roblox, and she's doing really well with that.
Yeah.
She says, "I have a psycho sexual obsession with Hasan."
Okay,
We're about to prove
to
that.
be clear, I wasn't.
The vanguard will be there, sir.
Yeah, honestly, I want to get out in front and say that anybody who has a problem with this is either selfish or not thinking clearly, right? Because objectively, and this is something Gavin and I have said about Hasan for a long time, it is good for the left to have Hasan in front of as many people as possible. It is really good for why? Because he is like an archetypal, right? Like straight dude, right? He's jacked. He's like 6'4". He's really articulate. He comes correct on every single social issue. He is not going to throw any marginalized people under the bus. And he's equipped with an argument to defend them in a way that makes sense to regular people. He's not going esoteric. He's not trying to show you how smart he is and how many 5-cent words he can use in the sentence. He's not trying to do any of that. Like, oh, yeah, I read this theory. No, he's just a shoot from the hip kind of a guy. He's like, I like to work out.
He
but
really is the Joe Rogan of the left, if we're being honest.
As close as we have to it as it fits that mold, right?
Yeah.
This guy works out. This guy takes no shit. He's a conversationalist.
He's manly and he's not a soy boy,
Exactly. And 100%. And that's what I've always liked about Hasan. I'm not a regular consumer of Hasan's content. The live streaming style of content that he puts out is not really for me. I prefer to get the Reader's Digest version in a clip capacity and then just kind of go from there. But I know a lot of people, they like having this companion element, right? So many people are lonely. So many people don't have the opportunity to see their friends in a way that's totally satisfying for them. Some people work long hours. I was talking with Gavin yesterday and he was like, man, one of the reasons we probably were so excited to start this podcast together and that, you thought of it was because of how many hours you spent at work listening to fucking podcasts, driving around in the Prius for Sarpinos every day. Cause I was a late night pizza delivery guy and all I did all fucking day was consume like 8 hours of content from podcasts. I would listen to hardcore history. I'd listen to Joe Rogan. I would listen to fucking everything. I would listen to the daily podcast. I listen to fucking anything I could get my hands on when I was doing that because you just go through so much content.
Sure.
That's what people use Hasan Piker for. And he's almost like an older brother figure for them. He's almost like an uncle. I don't think it's necessarily like a paternal vibe that he offers for people.
Like older brother, yeah.
But
cool friend, yeah.
Exactly. Somebody or the older brother of the guy and you think he's really cool and you want to be like him and he sees you at the gym and he's like, hey man, this is how you lift properly so you don't hurt yourself and you get stronger and you can actually do this in a sustainable way that makes you a functionally more healthy individual. He's really open and transparent about the fact that he takes supplements. He doesn't hide any of that. He was revealed in this article that he'd be going bald if he wasn't taking testosterone supplements.
The hymns, basically.
Yeah, basically
we were
that's what
just
it is.
talking about the hymns. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I take that shit because I want to have hair. And it's like you respect the honesty. I also respect Hasan. Like so many people in his position, they would cower to all the triggered right wingers who want to be like, you call yourself a socialist, but you're wearing a $500 chain around your neck. Hasan's like, I don't give a fuck. I am wearing a $500 chain around my neck, and so should everyone should be able to afford that. That's what leftism is about. Not making everyone poor. It's about making poor people, rich, essentially. You know what I'm saying? It's about putting money in the hands of people that don't have any. It's not about making them poor. You know what I'm saying? It's about redistributing the wealth. And yeah, that would enable normal working class people to wear nice clothes, to travel, to have good experiences, to have a nice cocktail. Like that's what it's about. Everyone should be able to have those things.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And the reality is that you're totally right. And it was evidenced by 1950s American car manufacturing and the boom that we had after World War II. Like when you are actually, taxing the rich at a rate that's it was like a 90-something% income rate for the top marginal tax rate in this country in the 1950s. During that economic era, people were going on vacations every single year when their job was to work on an assembly line. We denigrate people who would work on an assembly line. Oh, what do they expect? They just work on a fucking assembly line. They want to go on vacation too now, damn it. But that was what the reality was. When you watch Roger and Me with Michael Moore's debut feature film documentary, he goes back and he talks about this was the quality of life that was given to me as a kid that grew up in Flint, Michigan in the 1950s. My family bought a new car every other year. They had a very nice house. I went to a great school. I had opportunities. I knew I was going to be able to pay for my college education if I got accepted wherever I wanted to go. I went here, and here with my mom and dad, and my dad was the only one that worked. That was the real life America, and it was because of wealth distribution.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So I love that. It's a great image for the left, like young guys and girls, obviously, but specifically young guys. I feel like, that are easily vulnerable to all the right wing talking points. They look at a guy like Hasan. They're like, oh, well, I want to be a guy like Hasan. So if I'm it's a good role model. Yep. It doesn't turn people off because again, he's attractive, he's fashionable, he's
dude, he's
funny,
jacked as fuck,
he's
man.
insanely jacked.
Look
yeah,
at
and
that.
he makes working out a big part of his content, which we talk about. We've bemoaned constantly how the right wing kind of stole that lane of health and wellness and mindfulness and all that kind of crap. They turned it into this industry of grifting. But yeah, it's great stuff. So either way, I mean, we're praising Hasan. Everyone loves Hasan in our chat, Zach. But what's controversial about this? Because I can't imagine. Medicare for all sounds good. That's not terribly controversial. Obviously, it's a photo of Hasan looking like we all know. I mean, that's Hasan. Doesn't shock me. Didn't blow my mind. Didn't piss me off.
He's a terrorist. That's literally what the fucking response was from people who were angry about this. It was, how could GQ spotlight a terrorist sympathizer? This man loves Hamas. He loves jihad. This man hates America. He said we deserve 9/11. God damn it, get this man off of my television screen.
Yeah. So let's get into Ethan's response because, again, nothing terribly outrageous or controversial about what we see here. But the way Ethan Klein reacted, you would assume that fucking Osama bin Laden himself, had become the new editor-in-chief of the New York Times or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ, bro. And not only that, but Ethan's also tripping balls about Taylor Lorenz, who he's like keeps trying to imply is a pedophile because one time in an article that she was working on for like about Roblox or something, I guess she like quoted like a underage person and was like, yeah, I'm a journalist. I talked to sources. And in this case, the sources for this story were like kids essentially, but she still got quotes from them, which I don't really see a fucking issue with. Like if there was some wrongdoing exposed, if someone leaked the messages and it said like something creepy, obviously, yeah, that's crazy, but that didn't happen. She just talked to a kid for her article and then published the quote. I don't really see what the issue is.
Yeah, I mean, it's just projection from Ethan. And he's trying to find it basically because Taylor Lorenz is a well-known mainstream affiliated. She's got bylines in Washington Post. I believe she's been published in New York Times. She's had a lot of success in a mainstream fashion for somebody who exists in our spaces. Ethan's really butthurt about that, and it's the same thing that when it comes to Hasan, he's just really jealous of anybody who's able to pierce the mainstream because he's totally unable to do it.
Yep. So let's take a look at some of his reaction to this because again, he's just tweaking out of his fucking mind. It's genuinely crazy to see. And again, none of this is even funny. It's all just weird.
Yeah, and also the Teddy Fresh designs look like shit. I'm sorry, but like this is probably a $50 shirt. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that one is pretty dumb.
This is the find, and this is fantastic. Now, Taylor Lorenz, famed Roblox journalist. That's her beat, by the way. If anyone's wondering, it's Roblox, and she's doing really well with that.
Yeah.
She says, "I have a sexual obsession with Hasan."
Okay,
We're about to prove
to
that.
be clear, I wasn't sure if that was her exact wording because they put that in quotes. I don't
Oh,
know.
here. It says right here, "My view on the war of Middle East have not changed since 2000." By the way, and I think Ethan's weird sexual obsession with Hasan is psychosexual obsession with Hasan is weird as hell. She's responding to me being like, "He's not going to sleep with you" or something, which you could call like maybe you could call that chauvinistic. The joke's about you. But it's not that I want to have sex with him. But anyway, watch this and then tell me I'm wrong.
Unreasonably good looking and like cool
Is that
and
gay, Matt?
dresses cool.
Tell me about
But
it.
do you know what I mean? Like he Hasan would be an influencer no matter what he was saying because he is
Hot.
very attractive and very cool.
I love him.
And
Sounds like us
genuinely
5 seconds ago.
Literally, I was about to
Just
say, this
praising
is all
Hasan.
just a fact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't give honest media analysis. Like it's crazy. It's like that one guy that like has to pretend that he can't understand that other men are attractive. Oh, I'm not fucking gay, bro. That guy's ugly, just like every guy's ugly. It's like, do you not have a brain? Do you not have eyeballs that work? Have you spent 25, 30 fucking years on this planet Earth and you don't understand how dating patterns work? You don't understand the mating rituals of our society. You don't understand what makes a man fucking handsome. I'm sorry. That makes you a fucking idiot. That makes you a moron. Okay. It doesn't make you look like straight or heterosexual. It just makes you dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And by the way, the reason she's blacklisted from every reputable news org is not because she thinks Hasan is hot. It's because she accurately identified Joe Biden as a genocidal butcher of the Palestinian people. That's why. And while technically still working in the capacity as a journalist or whatever. So then the Washington Post, got all huffy and puffy and they were like, you're not allowed to say an opinion on your own social media story, on your own goddamn Instagram story. You can't call Joe Biden the genocidal fucking butcher that he is. You're fired. So that's why she's blacklisted, for being honest about something that you continually run cover for, which is a fucking genocide.
Good person too, I will say. Like Hasan is actually a cool, fun, good person.
Do you need a mop?
Connecting with Hasan, he's unreasonably good looking. Connecting with
Like, what
Hasan,
the fuck?
He's literally so not funny. It's just like rank misogyny.
unreasonably good looking, and like
Guys, take this in.
connecting with Hasan.
This is important. This is what these people do. She says, I have a psychosexual obsession with Hasan. Taylor Lorenz said that about me with a straight fucking face, to the point where it's being picked up now by other journalists who are apparently not even are trying to be fair.
They're not even trying
mean,
to be. They literally quoted her. That's part of the job of a journalist, which, again, clearly you don't understand given your commentary on the Roblox non-controversy that you want to smear her over. But yeah, that's the really funny thing about this, Zach. It's not just that Taylor Lorenz tweeted that. It straight up is in the GQ article. Imagine how triggered Ethan was when he realized that not only was this new article out making Hasan look super cool and hip and funny and hot and all this stuff, but it literally quotes him, or it quotes Taylor Lorenz here and talks about this sexual obsession thing. Let me find the actual part. I think some have accused Klein of having a psychosexual obsession with Piker. He talks about my body and the way I look a lot, Piker says. I don't know why. Maybe it's low-hanging fruit for him. He was always a funny guy. He was never a big looker or anything. It wasn't part of his brand. So I never thought he cared about that sort of thing. But maybe after he lost the weight, his personality changed a bit. I genuinely don't know. Last time I talked to Ethan, he was fat. I mean, he still had his issues, but at least he was seemingly more empathetic. So damn, Hasan's straight up taking vicious shots here. Obviously, it's very passive aggressive. He's like, yeah, he was never much of a looker. I don't think being particularly attractive was ever part of his brand, but back in the day, he seemed chill about it. He didn't seem to, take it too hard. The fact that I was 10 times more attractive than he was, like that's the quote.
And Hasan had an ugly as fuck haircut when they were doing that podcast together back in the day. I'm sorry, bro, but you really looks maxed after you separate. It had that like weird shaggy thing where it was like going down to his like shoulders, and he was wearing those like, you know what I mean? I was like, it was kind of like a weird Wes Anderson style haircut. I was like,
you also used to have a bit more of it.
I know, and it looked bad. I looked back when I chopped it up. Yeah,
you looked fine.
But if you look at this, Ethan responds to this directly in a clip on H3, and he's gonna maul it to the camera after this accusation in particular.
Hasan Piker thinks America might be cooked. Cool Gen Z language, guys. We're cooked. We're cooked, guys. America's cooked. Anyone watch soccer?
What's to talk about Drake, guys?
Why are you sitting like this? Oh yeah, the whole point was the Costanza.
Drake, did you hear
he's
he's like fucking suing Kendrick Lamar or whatever?
Oh, he's just trying to get back in a news cycle. It's not going to go anywhere. That's desperate, Drizzy. Come on,
like,
bro.
what?
You're washed.
I was like, you lose a fucking beef and now you're suing. Like that's just such
It's like the third
shit.
lawsuit.
Yeah, so fucking cringe.
But is he?
We never even got to that.
Yeah,
Costanza painting in underwear.
that's the greatest.
It is different.
Why would anybody think that he has a psychosexual fixation on Hasan? This is his reaction to one picture of him on the internet.
And it's like, have you never looked through a magazine like GQ? Like, yeah, that's just how photo shoots go down. They try to make the person, look kind of, sexy and whatever, like put on a fancy outfit that they might not wear on the street necessarily. Like, what do you think the gotcha is? Yeah, that's what happens when you get photographed for the cover of GQ, bro.
Bro, it's so funny because it's just cope. I mean, Hasan already got him so bad, but that's exactly what it is. It's the fact that he is not handsome enough to ever be on GQ. That even when he was at his most relevant and he was having guys like Post Malone and like, big stars come through the H3 house and film
If only
panels with them.
Ozempic had existed at that time.
Dude, the thing is though, here's the thing, right? You can be skinny or Ozempic skinny and still not hot. right? Like, I'm not going to be picked to get into GQ. Gavin, I'm sorry. Odds are nobody's going to hit your line and be like, come on, bro, we want you to do the cover story on GQ. We're not fat guys. It's just not going to be like, we're not jacked to the gills. We're not selling fucking, our shit based
I'm holding out hope that GQ hits me up.
Yeah, I'm with you. You know what? Maybe you're right. But the reality is, right? The way a normal person reacts to that is like, oh yeah, that's a really handsome guy. It makes sense for him to go on GQ. The way Ethan does this is he makes it all about himself, and he has to project, I don't know, humor, if you want to call it that, because he's trying to cover up his insane.
He's trying to act like this
insecurity.
is something to make fun of a man for being on a photo shoot and a cover of a magazine. That's why he's pulling up this image. He's like it's just so cringe and lame.
Yeah. So people are saying Gavin looks like Fabio with hair. He could get in GQ.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, the first thing I thought of, is he aware of
That's
that?
I got totally Mandela there. I swore it was
Right,
in that.
damn,
post.
It's the same
you're thinking
energy.
Jeff Goldblum.
It's the same energy.
Oh, there's a
really
Jeff
not.
Goldblum
You're thinking Jeff
one
Goldblum.
like that. Jeff.
But remember, George is part of a photo shoot, so maybe he had different positions. I don't know.
No, this is the. Oh, you're saying, yeah, maybe potentially.
I thought he wanted to sneak the photo in because he was
Right.
Yeah.
Sneaking it in.
To the
'cause he
girl.
wanted
The
to
first
turn
time
her
that his
on.
son's been on a fucking magazine cover, I don't think, right?
Maybe
it is.
No, because he did get it. I think it was like, I don't know if it was like Vanity Fair or somebody else interviewed him not that long ago.
Yeah.
New York Times did a feature of him, maybe, or New Yorker or something like that.
And literally, he basically got his whole start as like an Instagram model. That was
Yeah.
his whole shtick for a while. He was like, I'm the thirst trap left wing guy who's an Instagram himbo. That's literally his whole brand. You're gonna sit here and like make fun of him for continuing to lean into the thing that has defined his fucking persona and image online for the entirety of his career, even before he was known for politics.
Yeah.
Come on.
But then the guy saw it.
Yes.
Looked at him. Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum. Mr. Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. I mean, it's giving the same
Same
thing.
vibes.
It's like,
Just like a sexy picture. Like they're hey man, remember this other guy who did a sexy picture? He has shirts out and he's lounging. Yeah, bro, he did that. LOL, this guy, he's lounging and he's getting a profile done in GQ. That's so lame.
Yeah. Here's another handsome guy, shirtless, also lounging in a similar position. Can you believe it? How disgusting. Like what is even the point? It's just so stupid.
Yeah, it gets even better with this next one right here. It said Ethan Klein issued an ultimatum to Hasan Piker's talent management agency, Night Media. It's either me or the terrorists.
Wait, are they represented by the same agents?
Apparently, yeah, they're both represented by Night Media, and so Ethan is trying to draw a
What?
line in the sand and get Hasan canceled from his talent agency, apparently. But I
What?
would wager that Hasan is 10 times as valuable of an asset as Ethan Klein in 2025.
Are you kidding me? Hell yeah. It's not like Ethan's agent is getting him any fucking GQ covers. You know what I'm saying?
Ethan's agent is like, shut the fuck up.
of all the PR articles he's done, what is this, like the 10th in like 3 months?
Jealous, bro?
Like
Actually, probably like 4th or 5th.
The amount has been really nuts.
I got to get whoever his PR rep is. I mean, him or her are killing it.
I wonder if is it Night?
It's
Or
night. It's night.
Is that they
I don't
they do
think
his
they do
PR?
PR.
I don't know if they do PR
Yeah, I don't know
though.
if they do PR.
They say in this article that
Oh, they
he
do?
has his management team consists of one person that they mention by name.
Yeah.
But that person is like the senior vice president of Night Media.
Yeah. So Knight might not be
say-
doing
so, like,
PR.
The one person management team is Night Media.
Okay.
They tried to recruit me, and I said, I mean, listen.
They're the big boys now, like
Yeah.
big time.
Well, I told him if they're representing terrorist sympathizers, then I'm not interested.
They tried to recruit me. Yeah, Andy Reid was thinking about recruiting me to take some passes for Pat at practice. Just some spring training stuff, fly me down to Arizona. But I told him I didn't want to embarrass the crew. I was like, once regular season comes around, I'm not much of a pads-on player. I didn't want to give anybody any,
We actually turned
kind
out
of-
a CNN contract to keep doing the show the way we do it, guys. No.
yeah, I've been offered a lot of things, potentially deals, all kinds of deals, big deals, huge deals, tremendous deals, $1 million, really the amount of the deal, it's incalculable. The kind of deals we've turned down. The people want us for all of those deals, but we we say no because of the terrorist sympathizers.
Also, like, imagine that being the line in the sand as far as like, I'm not going to work with this agency because of this one guy who I disagree with on Israel and Palestine. Think about how in the celebrity community, the sort of people that might be represented by a talent agency or whatever, think about how much narcissism and abusers and addiction and just horrible degenerate shit is going on. You really think Hasan represents the worst of the worst? Are you fucking kidding me? He's probably one of the most wholesome people that's, you know, managed by Night Media or whatever the fuck, one of the most non-problematic people. But again,
they're probably representing Roman Polanski, fucking
straight up
Brad Pitt, you know, fucking Kevin Spacey came back to work. They're like, yeah, we got you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. So that's hilarious. Oh, they tried to recruit me, and I took a principled stand. Yeah, bull fucking shit, bro.
You know that really hot chick was gonna ask me to the dance. I just told her, I said, you know what? Hey, you know what? I'm just not that into you. Yeah. I just went ahead and told her. I was like, word on the street was that you were planning something pretty extravagant to try and win me over, and I think it's sweet, but I don't want to embarrass you. So I just told her, you know, after lunch, it was, hey, don't bother asking me to the dance because I just don't want to go with you. You know, I know people think you're super hot, but you're just not my taste. You know, I'm Miss America, whatever.
Interested in partnering with them.
Did you actually say that, or is it just your retelling of it?
I said, you want me to join? Get rid of Hasan.
Did you actually tell them that, or is that just your retelling? That's from his boy. His own boy is like, bro, I gotta call Cap because I don't think that actually happened. Yeah.
The truth is, they should not be working with him. He is a disgusting, fucking toxic force, and like nobody should be working with him. That's the crazy thing. But
which is hilarious because that guy's still working for Ethan as he does fucking deranged Hasbro talking points.
Yeah, and again, like it would be, it's not even, you know, it's complete both sides of it. But it's not like you hear Ethan Klein calling on talent agents to drop the insane Zionist people that say outrageous stuff about Palestine. Like Eli Roth, for example, the filmmaker, total fucking disgusting Zionist propaganda. He said like Greta Thunberg should be eaten by cannibals or something like that,
or
after
sharks or something like that.
Yeah, after like the flotilla thing.
Yeah.
Like, does Ethan think that he should be dropped by his talent? Like, is Ethan's position just that anyone who says anything controversial should be dropped from their talent agency, or is it just with this specific issue? Because I have a feeling it's just with this specific issue. But let me know, chat. Maybe he does this on every episode. He starts, you know, calling up talent managers and trying to cancel their various clients based on, you know, edgy or controversial statements they've made. Like, I don't think that's part of his shtick. Seems to be specific to this one issue, bro.
Yeah, and it's so. I'm trying to think of the right word because we throw around words like humiliating, like fucking narcissistic, but what it is he kind of has like a stan complex about Hasan Piker. You know, it's like, you know, dear Haas, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling, and now we're at like the third verse, and it's like, dear mister, I'm too good to call or write my fans, you know, and he's just screaming into the tape recorder like drunk driving off of a bridge. That's what it seems like with Ethan Klein these days. He's like, oh man, I thought you was real, but you weren't. You's a fake, you know, and just rambling about his own bullshit. Like, this guy doesn't want to have like, I thought we were gonna be together, man. Like, this is the level of cope now. He's just, you know, tearing his pictures off the wall. It's crazy. He has a hate boner. Exactly.
Yeah, that's actually an accurate use of the phrase. But either way, yeah, it's pathetic stuff. Do we have any more?
I've got one more because this may be the thing that takes the cake. This person says, I'm sorry, but Ethan Klein is so fucking insane for writing this shit. LMFAO, like, this is legit getting fucking sad, and nobody on that crew can reel him in.
Oh my God. How did this come out? What was it? I forget the exact context. Is it like leaked or some shit?
Yeah,
right?
it was like, I think it was like internal documents for, and let me open in a new tab so I can zoom in a little more. But it was like an internal document for the H3 crew. And he says, most of us have seen the bro tips from early days of Hasan's time with his uncle at the Young Turks. And Hasan has successfully explained this all the way as being super old, which it is, and him playing a character, play bro trips. Yes, it's old, but he has changed or just gotten better at concealing it. Has he become an even more dangerous misogynist, shielding himself in the guise of a leftist, enlightened feminist? He claims he was playing a character. If so, he's a terrific method actor because he seems to still be in character today. Inappropriate contact with fans. Here's a link to Hasan jokingly asking for news, but it seems not everyone thought he was kidding.
Turns out they sent him some. Oh shit! What am I supposed to hate? Also, I think we got to go over to that.
Oh
other tab.
shit, that's what I was like. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, that's so funny. First of all, like you can't actually click the link, right? Because I imagine this is literally a joke, like some off the cuff joke.
Yeah.
Being like, and feel free, anyone in my chat, you know, if you want to send me a nude, I'll happily take a look. You know, who cares? Who fucking cares? Unless you're directly, you know, inappropriately soliciting that kind of shit from, you know, some innocent fan of
Yeah,
yours.
spam
it's-
Gavin's DMs with pictures of your hairy balls.
Okay, not that. Maybe your hairy pussy. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, but yeah, I mean, who gives a fuck? It would obviously be a joke. I don't think that. And yeah, like Hasan, he used to be a little bit more edgy. So did everyone. So did everyone 10 years ago on the fucking internet. Show me one person who wasn't saying some shit that was a little bit out of pocket online, including Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein more so than any of them.
That's what's hilarious about this is that Ethan likes to pretend like not all of those instances are well documented. All the times he said the N-word, all the times he made like child rape jokes, all the times he just said disgusting shit to make people laugh, right? And so for the most part, people are like, yeah, that was really inappropriate and it aged poorly and we're a different society now. And that's not how, you know, people in broadcasting behave. But nobody's really trying to cancel Ethan because it was just kind of a byproduct of its time. He was very much a reflection of the early 2010s internet culture that he was very successful in, that he thrived in like a motherfucker because he would do anything for a laugh. He would say anything, no
and
matter
that used
how
to be YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube
exactly.
used to just be like, oh, 10 million views on a video of a white guy pretending to be Chinese and speaking in a like ridiculously fucking racist accent. Like that was the fucking peak of humor on this platform not that long ago.
Yeah, and this person says his best friend says he kicked his mom out of the house to sleep with a stripper. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? This is none of your goddamn business. He lives with his mother. He pays his mother's rent. There are agreements about what he says to her before he fucks some chick shit in their house. Like, I'm sorry, that seems like a family matter to me. It also seems kind of respectful to be like, hey, mom, it might be getting a little nasty and funky in here. I don't really want to be thinking about my mom's in the other room next door for me, because I often wonder about that arrangement with Hasan. I'm like, we know this dude is out here, you know, just fucking slinging dick. Like that's a 6'4" dude that's handsome as hell. That dude is laying pipe like a plumber. And you have to wonder, it's like his brother lives there, his mom lives there, maybe the family's coming in. They have to have a sock on the door kind of a situation. Like Ethan's out here, he's like, oh, one time he had to ask his mom not to come home so early because he was banging the shit out of a stripper. Like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Again, imagine bringing that up to try to cancel someone like 10 years after the fact. Who his boyfriend says he kicked his mom out to sleep with the stripper. What? He saw tons of nudes on Hasan's phone. Yeah, I'm shocked that there's some nudes on Hasan's phone.
You mean
What?
people wanted to send Hasan nudes and he did it? What? You mean that guy gets fan mail from horny people who want to fuck him?
Yeah.
That guy, the 6'4" beach god, people want to have sex with him? You're breaking news, Ethan.
Yeah, it literally just comes off like Ethan is just like mad that Hasan gets so much
Dude,
attention
that's exactly
in
what
this
it is.
in this area. It's really, you can't interpret this because there's nothing. He's not even making up or alleging anything that Hasan did problematic. He's just like, and people send him nudes. Can you believe it? I'm like, I can believe it, and I'm not that shocked, and I'm not offended, and I don't care.
This is something that Gavin's guilty of, and it's deeply problematic. Telling people he's going to kill himself if people don't watch to get the views up. When he told his Discord he was going to kill himself for low views, extremely manipulative. More shaming them to support him harder. LOL. If you see this,
Yeah, we got to start doing that more. Guys, I am literally going to kill myself
in Minecraft.
Yeah. Anyway, that would be wild. Obviously, again, a joke. You're really trying to frame that as if like what, he's abusing his audience, like an abusive boyfriend. I'm gonna fucking kill myself if you break up with me. Like, you really think that's what's happening? Obviously, fucking not.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there. The vanguard will be there.
Be there.